Hello, guys, and welcome. It has been a while since I have been on. I want to come on and do a really quick reading. Let me give you a little bit of context. From time to time, if there's a story in the headlines, I will pull cards on them. Just, a quick spread to see where things are going, to see if it's worth sharing with the public. Sometimes I do that, just for my own personal readings and what's going on in my own personal life. Sometimes I do that. But I wanted to tell you about this story that's really big in the headline right now. And I have other content that I've done that I just have not released. My gosh, so many things are happening right now in the news and in my life. And so I try to keep up and make sure I'm coming to you guys as often as I can. I will admit that I do have another channel, and the other channel that I have sometimes takes a little bit more energy. But I love tarot, I love the spirit, and I love pulling cards and just getting quick responses sometime. With that being said, one of the biggest stories in the news right now, and I'm just going to get to the point, is the story about what's happening in the UK with Prince William and Kate Middleton. And the I think they're called the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. I pay attention, but I'm not so formal with the titles. What I will say is one of the biggest things at this moment in time that is in all of the headlines is the fact that everyone is sort of wondering what is going on with Kate Middleton. At this point, she has not been seen publicly for 2 months. We as in we the people, we the public, have been told that she has had an abdominal surgery and she's at home recovering. But no one has really had any real sighting of her for the past 2 months. With that being said, the internet is a buzz, and news across and around the world are coming up with these really wild theories where there's a lot of speculation of, is she even alive? I've heard stories about her possibly being in a coma. I've heard stories about she's not even in the land of the living anymore. People are wanting some form and some proof of life. A lot going on in terms of the speculation that's happening. The most recent announcement as of several hours ago was that in that particular royal family, Prince William has some sort of, I think he's a godfather or someone who played a really important role in William's life as he was growing up. The man, I believe some reports say he was like 45 years old, and he and William had a really close relationship. But his service is coming up. I guess his memorial service, funeral service is coming up because he just passed away. I don't think they've released the details about why he's passed away. Don't quote me on that. But all I can say is that he passed away, and the most recent news from the area, from that particular part of the world, is William is skipping out on going to the services. So I'm not sure what's going on. I think the bigger story is that William has been appearing at various engagements alone. They've gotten footage of him allegedly looking intoxicated. There are a number of wild things that are happening, and they even have footage of him with a new woman at an event that some people are speculating that she might be like a side chick or whatever. The idea that him and Kate Middleton are going through a divorce is also out there. There are a number of things that are happening right now. But I think the biggest question that everyone has is Kate Middleton okay? And is she safe? Is she still alive? Because there's literally been no proof of life that she is still in the land of the living for the past 2 months. The public is sort of given stories about her recovery. We don't know what she's recovering from. We don't know any details whatsoever. And to go along with this narrative, one of the more recent kind of shocking headlines that came out was that people are inquiring, and I guess there was some type of article that was out there that said what would happen to William if he was convicted of a major crime. And so, with that being said, I say all of that to say this story captured my attention. It prompted me to pull some quick cards. So I'm going to tell you what cards I pulled, because I wasn't sure or confident that I was going to even come on and do this. I have more questions of the tarot, but the question that I asked the tarot was, is Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, is she okay? That's the question that I asked the tarot. Simple question, simple 3-card spread. And what made me say, let me come on live and let me record it and share what I have thus far and let me ask more questions, is the cards that I pulled out was the 7 of Wands in reverse. That was the first card. The second card was the Queen of Swords. And the third card was the Death card. Okay? And that was very striking. First of all, to maintain the integrity of this reading, if you watch the channel, you know that I typically don't read reversals. It's not something I really do. I tend to just read the card as upright. But to maintain the integrity of such an important news story and such an important question when it comes to, is this person okay? I want to maintain the integrity of the tarot. I want to maintain and I want to be truthful about what has really come out of the tarot. And as I said, we're looking at 7 of Wands reverse. We're looking at Queen of Swords and the Death card. Now, when it comes to the 7 of Wands reversed, the question, let me just restate the question. Is Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, is she okay? The 7 of Wands, with the tarot instantly responding with that, it blew me away, because the 7 of Wands in reverse, it usually indicates a feeling of being overwhelmed by competition and challenges. It can also suggest this sense of giving up and feeling defeated, or just a lack of strength to keep fighting. And that was very shocking that the tarot came out with that response. It's also very scary, given the fact that there has been no proof of life given, and Kate Middleton has not been seen in 2 months, and they've I think the indication was that she's not going to basically be seen in the public until 9 months from now. And people are like, well, what takes you 9 months out of the public eye to recover from? Like, it just seemed like an excessive amount of time, and 9 months is very specific. I mean, obviously we tie 9 months to the birth of a child, but these are public figures, and anytime there's a pregnancy in the royal family, it's very much well known. The public gets excited about it, and so it's enough out there to indicate that if she were actually pregnant, that there would be no hiding of a pregnancy. So that's the first card out the deck, the reverse 7 of Swords. Very concerning, very scary. The second card out of the deck for the question is Kate Middleton okay? Is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is an energy of sadness. It's not a positive card, and if you look at it, it shows almost like agony, fighting, but like just a sense of agony and pain. You know, if you just the image alone is very striking, but it's an energy of sadness. So that's also concerning. But the card that made me say, let me press record is the death card. The death card. And the death card actually does represent the spirit of the dead. And I hope that this is not the case, but there's all types of mourning and death and sad energy around just the initial spread of asking the question, is Kate Middleton okay? That is very scary. You know, just, I should have known that this was the direction the tarot was going in just by the Seven of Wands being in the reverse position. It just speaks of being overwhelmed and defeat and lacking the strength to keep fighting. All of the energies around the death of a person. And I'm hoping that this maybe, you know, because the death energy can be read in not necessarily just a physical death. It could be a spiritual death. It could be an emotional death. It could be death as in the death of a person as we knew them, and the renewal of a new person emerging based off of challenges. That's another way to, you know, maybe possibly look at it in a more positive way. But the first card out the deck, followed by the second card, which is a card of sadness, followed by the third card, which is a card of death. You know, I really hope that what's happening with the British royal family has not come to that. And there's just a lot going on around that particular family. Let me ask another question of the tarot, since I'm recording live for you all. Shout out to all of you. If you have not pushed the subscribe button, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content and appreciate the reading, make sure show a little support, like this video for me and my spirits. It encourages us to continue to move forward. Okay. So the question that I am going to ask is not a easy question to ask, but I'm going to ask it because it's based off of a lot of the whispers that's going around right now. So I will ask Tarot, has Prince William done anything to harm Kate Middleton? Has Prince William done anything to harm Kate Middleton? And I'm shuffling these cards, ladies and gentlemen. I shuffled them before. William is acting very strange in the public. Some people say he's carrying himself with an energy of guilt, which guilt can mean any number of things. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody harmed another person. But the question is, has Prince William done anything to harm his wife, Kate Middleton? First card out the deck, Queen of Cups in reverse. Second card out the deck, Five of Cups, final card out the deck is the King of Wands, and it too is in reverse. To answer the question, the tarot has responded with the first card out of the deck being the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. This often means that there's an emotional insecurity, a moodiness to William's energy, his character, his demeanor, and he's feeling overwhelmed by emotion. The reversal can actually indicate a need to address emotions and insecurities that's causing William inner turmoil. And it can also be a tendency to be overly emotional and let the emotions kind of take control over a person, rather than using logic and intuition in a way that's balanced. It's a reminder. This card, the Queen of Cups in reverse, it is a reminder to work on emotional stability and finding ways to nurture yourself emotionally. So, did he do harm to her is the question for the tarot. And just off the bat, it's kind of suggesting that he's emotionally unhinged. And people can do any number of things in moments of high emotion where they kind of lose a bit of their ability to control their emotions. So that's the Queen of Cups in the reverse energy. The next card out the deck for that spread is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is an energy of loss, fear, disappointment, frustration, and weakness. This is the energy that's coming out at this moment in time in my Afro-Brazilian deck. And for those of you who are just tuning in and who don't really follow me, I love my Afro-Brazilian deck. It's the deck that I am the most connected to. It's the deck that I've actually taken with me multiple times to Brazil and made sure that it was in the environment and in the energy. I took it out. I made sure that it felt the air of Brazil. And it's just my favorite deck. It's the deck that I rely on, and I can honestly say that if you look at some of the videos that I've had in the past, you'll see that clearly there's a connection between me and this deck. And I know for those people who have watched previous readings, you may be a little tired of seeing the deck, but I love the deck because the deck is, I'm connected to the deck. And I work with other decks, but this is the one that I'm the most connected to, and the one that's very revealing to me. And it's so sad and it's so scary. And I'm hoping all of this is not true, but I'm just reading what the cards are presenting to me. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the Five of Cups is an energy of loss, fear, disappointment, frustration, and weakness. Did Prince William do anything to harm Kate Middleton is the question. Let me move on to the last and final card in this spread. And the last and final card in the spread is the King of Wands in the reverse position. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, I hope and pray that this is not real. I have to tell you that this is just me presenting the cards as they are coming out of the deck and just reading. Did Prince William do anything to harm Kate Middleton? And the King of Wands in the reverse can indicate a misuse of power, impulsiveness, or a lack of direction. The reverse can suggest that somebody is being aggressive, somebody's being controlling, or even manipulative in their actions. It can also point out issues within leadership. Such as being overbearing or struggling to take charge effectively. It's a sign that a person needs to take a step back, reassess their approach to situations, and consider whether they're leading with integrity and passion. And again, for William, this is not the card that we need to see coming out for the question, did he bring harm to Kate Middleton? And I'm just super afraid for her. I'm hoping that the cards are not indicating what some people are speculating. And, you know, again, Queen of Cups sends a message, a clear message of someone who's emotionally unhinged. You know, Queen of Cups in reverse sends a message of someone who's emotionally unhinged. You know, Five of Cups is the energy of fear, disappointment, frustration, weakness, and most importantly, loss. And then the King of Wands energy is an energy of aggressiveness and a misuse of power. So I'm going to let you guys make your own assessments down in the comments. Again, I hope that this is not correct. There's a lot of speculation about Kate Middleton and what's going on and where is she safe? Is she still alive? My goodness, is she alive? I mean, if we just read these cards thus far, it's not even looking like she's still in the land of the living. I hate to say it, but you can read this in many different ways. But to me, this is very, very concerning, and I hope the public and the media stays on, the royal family, the British royal family, because we all know what happened with Princess Diana. We all know the theories, the speculation, the cover up, and all of that. And we understand that there's been a breakdown with William and his relationship with Harry, and it's just like a lot going on with that family. So hopefully, you guys, this is not indicative of anything other than, the tarot just being the tarot and just giving messages. But I hope that what we have received at this moment is not actually true. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen.